Godhead Productions. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, this is a Godhead production. Today's story will be told by Mr. R C Beckom, the author of the novel It's Coming trilogy. It's Coming is an intriguing story of how black people came about to be in some of the present situations that some of them are found to be in. In his book, he presents situations and some solutions to some of those situations. This book goes beyond the comprehension of daily, everyday life. It defines conditions that need attention immediately, things that most, but not all, will refuse or rebuke to or adhere to, simply because of the guilt that just may be found in one's own self. This book is not one to be put to the side. This is a must-read. There will not be another book published that approached these types of issues for at least another 100 years, so don't miss out reading the most truest tale of the century. This story is truly godly inspired. An excerpt in his book speaks about as the people of the black community began to understand the dynamics of how things operate and began doing something about their situations, instead of waiting for someone else to come and fix it for them, the price of everything began to cost plenty. But the blacks just spent more and more money. Besides, it was becoming to be of no good anywhere but on the island anyway, and stuff was coming from everywhere. Everything but oil. And that was what the anglers needed to keep their things going. To order, call Author House. This book is in bookstores now. If it's not in your bookstore, go demand that they order it. Or you can order it online at www.godheadproduction.com. And now, Mr. R C Beckom would like to read you a story, a narration of the story of Mr. Willie Lynch, The Making of a Slave. If you would like to get a full copy of this here list, all you have to go is to thetalkingdrum.com. Godhead Productions. If you don't know what you're up against, you don't know what to do about it. Got any replies, any responses to anything that you hear on this here program, please just respond to www.godheadproduction, or you can send any email to aradog1@aol.com, or you can drop a postcard or a letter at P.O. Box 19731, that's Detroit, Michigan 48219. Give me a holler and let me know what you think about this. Hello, brothers and sisters. My name is R C Beckom. There are many issues not being spoken about. Here at Godhead Productions, we gather the information on subjects and put it before the world community and open the door for discussions. Tonight, we put before you the issue of the Willie Lynch syndrome. Is it true or is it not? And if it is, how do we fix it? We apologize for nothing. The Willie Lynch, The Making of a Slave. This speech was delivered by Willie Lynch on the bank of the James River in the colony of Virginia in 1712. Lynch was a British slave owner in the West Indies. He was invited to the colonies of the Virginia in 1712 to teach his method to slave owners there. The term lynching is derived from his last name. Greetings, gentlemen. I greet you here on the bank of the James River in the year of our Lord 1712. First, I shall thank you, the gentlemen of the colony of Virginia, for bringing me here. I am here to help you solve some of your problems with slaves. Your invitation reached me on my modest plantation in the West Indies, where I have experience with some of the newest and still oldest methods for controlling slaves. Ancient Rome would envy us if my plan was implemented. As our boat sailed south on the James River, named for our illustrious king, whose version of the Bible we cherish, I saw enough to know that your problem is not unique. While Rome used cords of wood as crosses for standing human bodies along its highways in great numbers, you are here using the tree and the rope on occasions. I caught the whip of a dead slave hanging from a tree a couple miles back. You are not only losing valuable stock by hanging maximum property, you are having uprisings. Slaves are running away. Your crops are sometimes left in the field too long for maximum profit. You suffer occasional fires. Your animals are killed. Gentlemen, you know what your problems are? I do not need to elaborate. I am not here to enumerate your problems. I am here to introduce you to a method of solving them. In my bag here, I have a foolproof method for controlling your black slaves. I guarantee every one of you that if installed correctly, it will control the slave for at least 300 years. My method is simple. Any member of your family or your overseer can use it. I have outlined a number of differences among the slaves, and I take these differences and make them bigger. I use fear, distrust, and envy for control purposes. These methods have worked on my modest plantations in the West Indies, and it will work throughout the South. Take this simple little list of differences and think about them. On top of my list is age. But it's there only because it starts with an A.